Hey everybody, it's Boss, and the video that you're currently watching is me soloing Bandos. And you might be like, whoa, how is that possible? It's not that difficult really. The only problem is that I didn't bring in like a piece of ranged armor to lessen the damage from the mage. So using 31 sharks and I think I used like 2 doses of a brew, only got me 1 and a bit kills. But don't worry, I get some good drops, and by good drops I of course mean 3 grimy snapdragons, which of course makes the whole trip worth it. I think I might have actually profited off it, but only just. Probably not actually, might have made a slight loss. I really did this because I was getting tired of skilling. I just wanted to do something that wasn't skilling, especially since the one I'm doing currently in terms of skills is fishing, and fishing is terrible. Even though I've now switched over to C2 fishing, which I'll probably after this clip I'll cut to me doing some C2 fishing. This is after commentary, by the way, in case you didn't know. Otherwise, I'll be predicting the drop. I also get a blue charm, just so you know. I had a look at a guide for the Bandos boss. I had a look at the Rune Shark guide, since how it is the most viewed one, and I'm guessing it's a good setup for a solo. With, if you haven't got a divine, is to have tassets and then like black dragonhide top. I of course forgot to have a ranged top. I brought Bandos chestplate and Varak's plate skirt. So that didn't go too well, as you can see my sick loot there. I was kind of hoping that my first ever trip would get me some Bandos items, because when you think about it, because of the way the drop table works and it's just completely random, there's got to be a fair amount of people who've gone to whichever boss the first time, and the first kill they get a kill. They get one of that boss's rare items. So there's probably someone who went to Corp first time, got a divine sigil. There's probably someone who went to Nex first time, got a Pernix body. And that's the point where you think, lucky bastards. Because I come here, I spend about 40k on supplies, and I get 3 grimy snapdragons. Now right here, after I finish them all off, I didn't realise how little time I had left. So I was all like, alright, I'll just take my time picking up all the drops, and literally as soon as I take my prayers off, you're going to see that Grador's going to spawn again. I'm just going to get wrecked. So without my prayers on, I take all my prayers off. I go, right, I think he spawns somewhere over here, so I'll have a little stand. Oh shit, he's here already. And then I scramble, put my prayers on, and this is the point where I teleport out. The screen resolution is a bit weird. I am going to have to record the next bit in that same screen resolution, so it doesn't even get weirder. But I'll just put it like this so I could see more of the screen, because it's in resizable rather than fixed. But that will be rectified for other videos. And also, like I'm about to talk about in the next section, my progress towards getting a new computer is becoming finalised, and the new computer I'm going to be getting is going to be pretty awesome. So just the last clip here of me getting absolutely wrecked and teleporting to my house. So I'll just leave you with the smiley face that I then type in to show my happiness at my first successful solo of Bandos. Right, I'm back, and like I said, I'm going to be doing some complexity 2 fishing. Just checking my tokens, because you do, actually, I don't think you do get tokens. I'll check after this one, if I can remember what number that was. So, we won't be checking. I'll just show you my bank, just for no apparent reason. But I will, because you need to see this kind of stuff. See, had 440 before. Good old Grador gave me that one. Blue charm. There is bones. I collect them. Just gonna keep them there for a little while. It's my main loot there. The 3 grimy snapdragons. So yeah. Oh yeah. I decharged my dragonfire shield so I could price check it. That's probably why it isn't very good. I probably should have thought about that. Santa at 108 mil now, I think. I've decided that if it ever hits like 200 mil, I'll sell it, but I see no point, because if it's not over that, like when I go to get turmoil or something, I'll just make the money. No, I don't care. I'll just make the money for turmoil rather than selling my Santa hat. I'll just keep it for as long as I can. Right, so as I mentioned, I am getting a new computer. That's been quite a long storyline in my videos, as currently rocking 2 FPS, so oh no, bumped up to 3 as I said that. Maybe if I say we were on 3 FPS, it'll go to 4. It actually just did. I am Jesus. Anyway. Yeah, and recently my budget for the computer has advanced somewhat to the point where the current build that I'm looking at is the build that I'm currently looking at is a i5 2500K at 3.3 gigahertz quad core with 8 gigs of RAM, dual AMD 7850s, which are 2 gig graphics cards, and like a 22-inch monitor and all that jazz. And the whole thing is going to be overclocked by about 25%. It costs a lot. It costs a fair bit. But the whole point is, by getting such a good computer, it's going to be like future-proof for a decent amount of time. These graphic cards, one of them, like just on its own, can run most new games on Ultra at 60 to 80 FPS. So 2 of them, a little bit simple maths there, it's going to be around 140, and I don't even play on Ultra, and I don't even play new games, so it's kind of overkill. I'm thinking about only buying one of them and getting a second one when I need to, but I'm also thinking to myself, I may as well just get the second one, because if you don't know how Crossfire, which is the system of having 2 graphics cards on a motherboard, works, is that they need to be the same graphics card. So by buying them both at the same time, then I know that they're going to work. So if I were to buy one and then buy the other one later, said that a bit wrong. If I get 2 of them, to then replace them, I would need to. I can't have one of that and one of another one. They need to be the same model of graphics cards. So that's a bit awkward. But what I'm probably gonna do is get them both. It's a real dilemma, really, because as much as I've got the money to buy one that's got 2 of these things in them, it is a lot of computing power, as it were, considering that Skyrim runs on Ultra it will run about 120 on this machine, and that's without overclocking. So add 25% to that, you're looking at 145. So this has been a terrible dungeon for C2 fishing. The only problem with all of that in general is that I'd need to order it at a time where I knew people were going to be in my house, and both my parents are teachers, so anytime there's a school like half term nationwide, everyone in my house is off work effectively. So I'm probably gonna have to wait until the next half term, which is the start of June, which is it's a decent time away, but if anything that's better, because it's gonna give me time to fully think about the computer I need and all the different parts and stuff. So June, at the start of June, I'm going to have a new computer. That's the bottom line of it. Whether it's going to have 4 gigs of graphics or 2 gigs of graphics is the main thing that I'm thinking about now. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that door's going to lead to the boss, so I'm just going to leave the dungeon. The update this week, it's pretty obvious. Well, not pretty obvious what it was, but the stackable resources in Dungeoneering. And originally, I thought they were going to nerf the XP rates along with it, because that kind of makes sense, because now it takes out the dropping. But in reality, if you're dropping it efficiently, you can get the same amount of XP, because on surface world RuneScape, like barbarian fishing, fly fishing, whatever, you can only fish every I think it's 5 ticks. It used to be 2. There used to be a method of how you could get it to 2, but then they nerfed that. So once you cast out the line, you've got to wait 5 ticks. It's not possible to catch a fish within those 5 ticks. But in Dungeoneering, as you can see when you're fishing, it's once every 1 tick. And because the game only computes in ticks, but you can send the command to drop in between clicks, and then click back on, in between ticks rather, and then click back on the fishing spot, you effectively stack the game command of click fishing spot and drop fish to the same game tick. So if you're efficient at dropping, you could still get the same amount of XP anyway. So hopefully that means that they're not going to nerf the XP, which would be great, because I've got to do this at least until 90, at which point I'll probably just AFK Rocktails for the rest of my life, because I hate fishing. As you can see, I put that thieving counter up there because when I logged on today, I was like, what am I going to do? I had just done Troll Stronghold the night before, because I just went on this spree of thinking, I'm going to go to God Wars, and then when I logged on today, I was like, that's going to be stupid, you're going to die. But as you saw, I didn't die. Got 1 solid kill in. I'll probably do duos and trios at some point in the future. And thieving really relies on having an actual computer, because 65 to 90 is mouse key. 65 to 91 is mouse keys using blackjacking and pickpocketing Menophyte thugs. And without mouse keys, that's going to give you RSI in about an hour, because you're doing this click 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 click, and that's what mouse keys are used for, because not only do they help you be more efficient, but if you didn't have mouse keys, you would literally get repetitive strain injury because of how precise and small the movements are. Because surprisingly, your body isn't designed to make like half a centimetre movements with your wrist constantly, unless of course you're not particularly well endowed in the trouser department, in which case you probably were designed for that. But in terms of the next week, where am I aiming for my stats to be next week? Because you've got to think about the game in terms of goals, otherwise a lot of people say, like, how do you get the motivation to play RuneScape? And recently I haven't been having it. I really have not been having it. But I was just really got into the idea of wanting to do bosses and stuff. So I just said to myself, let's go do some bosses. And I did Bandos, and now I'm happy for about 3 or 4 days. And at some point this week I'll probably try and get a friend of mine or two to do a duo or trio, which should mean I'll be able to get maybe 2 or 3 kills in a trip. So I'll probably end the video here. This bit's gone on for a bit long. But in terms of where I want my stats to be next week, if I don't have 80 fishing by next week, I've done something very, very, very wrong. But hopefully this Tuesday, in 2 days' time, is going to be the rune crafting update for RuneSpan. And if that is the case, you could see a higher rune crafting level, because if past updates have taught me anything, it's when a new way of training something comes out, abuse it, or else you're going to lose out. I should have said use it, that sounds really weird, but because like I said when they announced it, it's a lot similar the way it sounds to Flash Powder Factory, and look what happened to that, I got nerfed instantly. So RuneSpan update on Tuesday, hopefully. They haven't announced it or anything, and they have said that at full concentration it's way better than ZMI, and even with semi AFK it's probably going to be better than ZMI as well. But we'll have to see. I'll probably do a video on it on Tuesday. Then the problem is that it's my sister's birthday on Tuesday, so I probably won't be. I might not even be able to make a video on Tuesday, let alone play. So Wednesday probably. Yeah, Wednesday you'll see a video of me talking about RuneSpan, whether I think it's any good. They were making the assumption it's going to be RuneSpan. What other updates are this month? The sagas maybe. They haven't come out yet. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be sagas, isn't it? I've got my hopes up and everything. If I'm honest, I'd rather it be sagas because I don't care about sagas, and I'd much rather it be the sagas that I have to miss due to, oh god, my sister had to survive a year, didn't she? Oh, she's so selfish, making it so I can't play RuneScape. 84.2 mil total XP, and I've got to try and draw the video to a close because I keep going off on tangents. But if you like the video, please do give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed, and I'll see you soon.